Joseph, or Yahawasap, was placed in a kingly position. Later on, his brothers, during the famine, remember, for those who know this story, he interpreted Pharaoh's dream with 7 years of plenty. And during those years of plenty, he and the entire Egyptian communities were supposed to harvest and store up for the 7 years of famine that was going to follow. And so it did. It did happen as he prophesied, as he predicted or interpreted the dream. And so what happened next during the famine, Jacob, or Yasharal, his name is called, was sent. He sent his sons to go up into Egypt to buy produce and grains and provision. And they went out there. They didn't know that was Joseph, their brother, because he was in kingly attire. And this is another thing. When you are restored, people aren't going to even be able to identify who you are. And so, things happened. And they finally realized who Joseph was. He revealed himself. And they were afraid. And he told them, "You meant it for evil, but the Almighty meant it for good." So he was able to be a blessing to his family, his enemies, even in that moment. So now, let me get back to you, my sweethearts. It doesn't matter what they've done to you. The Most High is going to clear your name. Let me be transparent and give you a story time, or a few of my stories. I've been in positions in corporate America where the favor of the Most High was upon me, and I did my work with excellence, and there were many who became jealous. And every time they tried to sabotage me and to get me fired, something happened with one of our clients who would actually write the corporate center. And that letter would get into the hands of the VP or some executive. Now, the client did not know what was going on personally in the workplace concerning me with my job on the line. But somehow the Most High would allow someone to call in, and I would save them from leaving the company by the excellent services or whatever I did to compensate or rectify their grievance with our corporation. And we would just end the call. They would be happy and thankful and didn't think about anything. The next thing I know, I'm being called by my manager or some executive letting me know, listen, the client sent this letter way up to corporate head saying how you spared them from leaving this company. And they went on and on talking about my accolades and my services, and The people who were wanting or perpetrating for me to be fired, they ended up being fired in my place. And I could tell you other countless of stories where people, they just tried to bury me, but they didn't know I was a seed to come forth with much fruit. So I want to encourage you and let you know when people are doing their smears, the people who believe them, don't worry about it. I know it hurts, but eventually they're going to see who these people really are. The smoke screen is going to be removed, and they're going to realize, wait a minute, I've had that happen as well many times where someone gossiped and lied about me and called me out of my name, and people came back and apologized for believing what they heard about me because what they were seeing in my character didn't line up. And then on the other hand, I've had situations where people went to lie on me to an executive or someone. They stopped them in their track and said no. So your good deeds will come forth. The light you shine in darkness, no matter what and no matter how long the years are, you're going to be exonerated, beloved. I can testify to that. And I want to let you know what is in my spirit. This is your vindication season. I went through a situation about, let's say, 14 years ago, where something happened and I was not given a chance to speak up for my rights. And the person I used to help and was a loyal friend to mistreated me and handled me wrongly. And for 14 years, I never got a chance to speak my rights. This person contacted me and told me, I forgive you. And I kind of snapped. Not in a bad way, snapped, but my voice, I used my voice and I told the person what happened. And I called the person out. And, I put them in their place and I said, how dare you talk about forgiving me when you didn't hear the story? And when I laid the story out, no stones unturned, they became embarrassed and they apologized. And that was a vindication period for myself. And so where you felt your voice, you didn't have a voice, they took it from you, believe me, you're going to either have a chance to speak up for yourself, there will be an opportunity, and shame and disgrace will come upon those people, or the Most High Himself is going to allow something to happen where He vindicates you. He prepares the table before you in the presence of your enemies. Believe me, it's coming. And in that they will be shamed. They will be ashamed as well. Every lie they told on you, every smear campaign, and every shame you've had to go through, it stops here. The gig is up. Because the Almighty is exposing everything that was done in darkness. There's a lot of people who've done you dirty and you don't even realize they've been suffering in silence for months and years. Some of these people are going to come back asking for your forgiveness. And some of them, they're going to actually hide themselves from you, but somewhere, somehow you're gonna find out what's happened. You don't have to fight nothing. The Most High is the best vindicator. He's the best person to bring vengeance, not you. You cannot bring vengeance better than the Almighty. When He does it perfectly. And I don't want to bore you with all my stories, but I can tell you stories upon stories about me being exonerated. And so those opportunities that you've lost because of sabotage and lies, they're coming back around full circle, but they're gonna be even greater opportunities. You haven't missed anything. You're gonna get everything that was stolen from you through lies and deceit. See, lies and deceit, they don't last, you know. The wicked only prospers for a season. Some of these people can't even sleep at night for what they've done. They're being punished. What they've sowed, they are reaping, or what the world calls karma. Good karma and bad karma. It's the same concept, the laws of sowing and reaping. And so you don't have to fight for yourself. You have the greatest fighter on your side, because the Most High, He's a present help in the time of trouble, and He's a strong tower, and He hides us under the cleft of His rock and under His wings. And so yes, it hurts, but He allows us to go through these things because He has a powerful seed like Joseph for us to walk in. And as we're going through these things, it builds character. It builds things in us that we don't want to behave in that way towards other people. So you don't have to worry, my sweet babies, my beautiful kings and queens, because you're getting ready to sit on your throne in your rightful position. And your enemies are becoming your footstool. Don't worry about the lies they told. And the people who believe it, you don't have to worry. It's just a warning. Those are people you need never to be around or trust. But I guarantee you, after a while, people are going to look side-eye and say, this person keeps talking about so-and-so, but you know what? They're the problem, because your light is going to keep shining. Your integrity and your ethics are going to speak for themselves or itself. So you don't have to do anything to prove your value or your integrity. It will speak for you, beloved. And so this is going to be the beginning of the beginnings of new beginning for you, where you're being restored. Everything that was stolen or you've lost, it's coming back full circle, but it's gonna be 100 times more, 100-fold more plus. Okay? So I'm gonna end the podcast here. I love you from the top and bottom of my heart and soul. Know that you are loved, beloved, and you are not alone. And the Most High, He is fighting for you. You can't see it yet, but I guarantee you, this is your vindication season, and you are being exonerated. I'm smiling because my soul and everything in my spirit feels this so strongly. And you watch and see, and many of you are going to be sending me messages in the comments or whatever, letting me know, yes, I've been exonerated. And you deserve every good thing coming your way. I love you so, so much. And beloved, you be safe.